Happening tariffs are happening. Don't worry. Ukraine has its own tariffs as well, okay? Wow. But by far, I think the country that is most punished by the tariffs is Vietnam for some reason. Why is Vietnam always the most punished country? Why are Vietnamese people always the ones that are most punished? I guess India also passed a law still land owned by Muslims, and it's a big deal. Nice. If I had Boy Meets Mini on stream, we could talk about it, but apparently Trump's tariffs are created by a simple math formula, which basically, and I'm not even joking, you can just boil it down to the other countries sell to us more than we sell to them. Therefore, it's basically as if they tariffed us 1 billion% and we must reciprocate. They should buy as much from us as we buy from them. That's what? That makes no sense. See, have you had braces? No. Why? Are you pointing out that my teeth are crooked? Thank you. That's really what I needed. I have a crooked tooth. Chipped tooth. But yes. Hello there. Well, hello. How do you like the formula? So you take the deficit that the US has with a country, which means that deficit basically means that the US is buying more from that country than selling to that country. Okay? And, oh, thank you. I tried to pull some viewers from Sunday. Thank you, Lettuce. Is it because President Sunday is doing drama right now? Yes, that formula is super stupid. I know! It's ridiculous. So you take the deficit, right? Then you divide it by the amount that, the amount of money that, of the worth of the trade goods to the US. You divide it by that, yeah? And that is how you arrive at what supposedly the other country tariffs the US. But then you divide it by half and you arrive at the reciprocal tariff, okay? Which means that apparently Vietnam charges a 90% tariff to the US somehow by that logic. Which means, of course, that it has to receive a 46% tariff. This is... God, I cannot. This is so stupid. And it's all done on the simple principle of we buy more from them than they buy from us. And they must buy more from us. That's it. It ignores services, by the way, completely. And many other factors that come into trade between countries. Just forget about those, okay? Did you see the post where they went... Like, no, that's not the formula. And community donks who were like, it is he's lying. Wait, who said that? Did Trump say that? Did Trump say that's not the formula? And who said that? It would have been great if Elon Musk said it and the community notes corrected him, but those community notes would have disappeared immediately. I'm surprised they did not disappear anyway. Oh my God. This is the world that we live in. This is the world that we literally live in. Jesus Christ almighty. God. Okay, I'm gonna give you a wild hypothetical. I'm gonna give you a wild hypothetical, okay? What if, and it might shock you to the core, what if there's a country that has goods that the United States needs, okay, and wants, but actually that other country does not really want all that much from the US? Should that country be punished for it? Also, notably, Russia, Belarus, and countries like that are excluded from the tariff list. This country or that country, I don't even care, quite frankly. That me Trump, me smacking tariff, me unhappy because other countries treating me unfairly, me gonna tariff everyone. Countries should only buy things from the US, never sell. True. The best one was when he tariffed penguins and an island that only has American military base. I mean, I don't know what to say. The US is buying from the Penguins more than the Penguins are buying from the US. How does that work? I'm gonna look it up. This is gonna be a great start to the stream. Trump, Tariff, Penguins. Sunday Revolt. I was promised theory and its philosophy tube all over. Oh my gosh. Hello, Simon Pierre Dubay. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, it does, The formula doesn't even make sense. We defected from President Sundays. Thank you. I mean, it makes sense. It's just the sense of the formula is we buy big. They don't. They should buy big too. Okay? And it's just stupid. This is just such a stupid way to calculate it. It ignores things like goods versus, you don't just trade goods. You also trade services, and this just ignores it completely. Also, yes, welcome President Sunday refugees. Okay, I almost want to prank you. I almost want to prank the President Sunday viewers and go watch a philosophy 2 video. Oh my god, I just got dizzy. I got hardcore dizzy right now. I got so dizzy that I almost fell off the chair. Is something wrong with me? I got dizzy. Oh my god, I just got some really bad news. God, wow. Damn. Yeah. About Ruse's great-grandpa. You're on our Discord. You know the bad news. I just read it. The fall and the cuts and the hospital bills. Damn, that's bad. Oof, I got dizzy. Dizzy, Lucy Haza. So dizzy. Let me see. I'm feeling dizzy today too. I like I'm hot summer but it's just room temperature. Drop? No, not yet. I have to do at least one segment. That's real. Where's Washu? It's bigger, better, faster, stronger economy now. Only billionaire is going to do well. Oh my gosh. Okay, Trump imposes tariffs. Oh yeah. Trump's formula confuses the world. What a world we're living in. Oh my god. The Trump formula. It's like a beautiful mind. It has to be the thumbnail for the segment that's incoming. The formulas from the beautiful mind. Hello Jordan, are you also a refugee from President Sunday's stream? Welcome refugees, welcome. Welcome to this stream. You're running away from drama and from philosophy tube, which makes me want to prank you and put on philosophy tube. Not really? Is President Sunday okay? Yes, doing drama and philosophy tube. That's why apparently some people came here to find refuge. I'm like, welcome refugees. Welcome refugees. We're about to talk about philosophy tube. Yeah, explain please Trump's formula to us, Lucy, but also explain it in a way that doesn't make it sound stupid. That's impossible. It's stupid. I apologize. The formula just is stupid. It's by design. It's stupidity is by design. It's supposed to boggle the mind. Listen, as bigger, wiser, and more smarter streamers said, this formula is designed to confuse you and hopes that you work a 9-to-5 job and don't have time to look into it, okay? You're too busy with your kids, which is true, I guess. God. The Trump formula. I can't get over it. It's so stupid. We're just gonna make this really, really silly math thing, and we're gonna hope that people are gonna be too busy to look into it. Let me guess. It's stupid, but it's stupid. I love it. I love waking up every morning having to find out if we still have a global economy. True. It's exciting. Like it's totally not gonna affect the stock market in a negative way. It's totally not gonna affect the prices for the goods that Americans are gonna have to pay. It's gonna be fine. There's not gonna be a deficit. Trust me. Trust me that there's not gonna be a recession. There's not gonna be a recession, definitely. It's all gonna be fine. The economy, America is gonna become great again. Oh my god. Nowhere on earth is safe. Trump imposes tariffs on uninhabited islands near Antarctica. American misery is clearly his favorite content. Listen, why not just be happy about America's misery when Trump has upped the ante, and now we can be happy about the world's misery. We can be happy about misery all around the world equally, especially Vietnam. Vietnam has, which the US has determined, has put a 90% tariff on it because the US apparently is buying much more from Vietnam than Vietnam is buying from the US. Oh my god, my soul is tired. Australian Prime Minister surprised after external territories, including tiny Norfolk Island and remote islands home to penguins targeted by US president. Gonna get those bastard penguins. We're gonna make them pay for not buying enough from the US. They're treating the US unfairly. The US, as usual, is getting screwed over by the penguins. The EU is rumored discussions to just drop all American imports. Oh my goodness. Let's continue looking into this fascinating tale of woe. A group of barren, uninhabited volcanic islands near Antarctica, covered in glaciers and home to penguins, have been swept up in Donald Trump's trade war, as the US president hit them with a 10% tariff on goods. Also, by the way, okay, this is funny, you know? Because, and this is where the real stupidity of the formula comes in, okay? Because, and I'm sorry, Vladimir, I know you told me to explain it in a way that will not make it sound stupid, but the penguin case demonstrates that it's just impossible. So, you know how I said you know how I explained that the thing is calculated. You know how I said it's the deficit that the US has with a country divided by the worth of the goods sold to the US, right? That's how you arrived at the 90% figure for Vietnam, that Vietnam is tariffing the US for 90%. But, okay, apparently when the situation is reversed and when there's a surplus, when the US is selling more to us, been so unstable lately, it's not even funny. Twitch died. My internet has been very unstable lately. It just comes and goes. I have no clue how to fix that. I have no clue how to fix that. Twitch dropped because my internet just keeps coming and going. That's it. We're only on YouTube now because my internet cannot bother to be stable for 5 seconds. It's been dropping through the day as well. It's been just, oh, I don't have internet now. Oh, now I have it. Now I don't. So as I've been explaining before, because I have no clue how much I've lost of the stream because of the internet drop, when we have a situation in which the US sells more to a country than it buys, then there is just a flat tariff of 10%. And I assume that is the flat tariff that the US has imposed on those penguin islands, because I guess the US is selling more to the penguins than it buys from the penguins. The US does not have a deficit with the penguins, which means 10% tariff. Okay, thank you, Philip August. So now that I've explained the system to you, now that I've explained to you how the amazing world of penguins works, Hare Island and McDonald Islands, which form an external territory of Australia, are among the remotest places on Earth, accessible only via a 2-week boat voyage from Perth on Australia's west coast. They are completely uninhabited, with the last visit from people believed to be nearly 10 years ago. I want to visit the Tariff Island now. I want to visit the Tariff Island and I want to take the 2-week boat voyage to the islands that have been tariffed. Nevertheless, Hare and McDonald Islands featured in a list released by the White House of countries that would have new trade tariffs imposed. The Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said on Thursday Nowhere on Earth is safe. You're close. Do you live in Australia? Yes, Dr. Jones. Heard Island and McDonald Islands are among several external territories of Australia listed separately in the tariff list to Australia, which will see a 10% tariff imposed on its goods. Yeah, penguins. Your goods are gonna get a 10% tariff. But at least you buy from us, good penguins. We don't have a deficit with you. Good boys. Good boys. External territories are part of Australia and not self-governing, but have a unique relationship with the federal government. Such territories featured on the White House list were the Cocos, Keeling Islands, Christmas Island, and Norfolk Island. Norfolk Island, which has a population of 2,188 people and lies 1,600 kilometers, 1,000 miles northeast of Sydney, was slagged with a tariff of 29%, 19 percentage points higher than the rest of Australia. What did that island do? What did Norfolk Island do? Does it commit the sin of selling more to the US than buying from it? In 2023, Norfolk Island exported $655,000 worth of goods to the US, with its main export being $413,000 worth of leather footwear, according to Observatory of Economic Complexity data. But they didn't buy enough in return. I see. Bad Norfolk Island. It did not buy enough in return. I understand now. It has to be punished. It has to be punished by a 29% tariff. It all makes sense. But George Plant, the administrator of Norfolk Island, disputes the data. He told The Guardian there are no known exports from Norfolk Islands to the United States and no tariffs or known non-tariff trade barriers on goods coming to Norfolk Island. Albanese said on Thursday, Norfolk Island has got a 29% tariff. I'm not quite sure that Norfolk Island, with respect to it, is a trade competitor with the giant economy of the United States. What that just shows and exemplifies the fact that nowhere on earth is safe from this. I mean, that's a lie. Some places on earth are very safe from this. Russia is not on the list of tariffs. Belarus is not on the list of tariffs. So no, actually, there very much are countries that are safe from this. Russia, for example. I find it funny that apparently Norfolk Island deserves to be tariffed more than Russia, but here we are. Poland has a 20% tariff, just so you know. I love this. This is great news to the world. The export figures from Heard Island and McDonald Islands are even more perplexing. The territory does have a fishery, but no buildings or human habitation whatsoever. Despite this, according to export data from the World Bank, the US imported US 1.4 million of products from Heard Islands and McDonald Islands in 2022, nearly all of which was machinery and electrical imports. It was not immediately clear what those goods were. In the 5 years prior, imports from Heard Island and McDonald Islands ranged from $15,000 to $325,000 per year. The White House, the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and the Australian Antarctic Division were contacted for comment. And there we have the Trump's chart of tariffs. The table of reciprocal tariffs displayed at Trump's announcement. Tariffs charged to the US are Trump defined and include currency manipulation and trade barriers. Isn't that amazing? Are you having fun with this yet? Am I entertaining you? Am I an entertaining streamer? Are you entertained? Oh wow. Because that's not over. Okay, we're not done. Wait, what the hell, Dr. Johns? What the hell is happening? Your nihilistic glee is infectious. Is it? Alright, let's see. Let us Google something because I'm curious. Stock market reaction to live updates. Trump tariffs result in major stock losses in worst one day for markets since pandemic. No. Dow drops 1,400 and US stocks lead worldwide sell off after Trump's tariffs cause a COVID-like shock. No way. Can that be? The stock market is not reacting favorably to Trump's tariff. No. This cannot be. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it's happening. Let's dive in. It has to be fake news. AP News, Associated Press. I think you have lost all your credibility. I think that you have been bad. I think you, instead of reporting on these tariffs and stock market, you should be looking into your bankruptcy because I think you're on the way out. Yeah, look at this man. Look at this person. What a happy camper. So proud of himself. So proud of his tariffs. It's just beautiful. Wall Street shuttered. Wall Street is a bunch of pussies. Can I just put it out there? Can I just put out there that Wall Street is just too weak for Trump's formula? Brilliant mathematics. Did you know that the world is made of mathematics? I'm going to give you a little bit of a lecture. I'm going to give you a little bit of a spiel, okay? Did you know that our reality can be mapped out by mathematics? Everything that surrounds us is mathematics. And so, of course, also the tariffs are also naturally mathematics, and so you should accept it because it just maps onto reality because it's mathematics. And as we all know, all reality is described by mathematics. You know, that means that if you criticize Trump's tariffs, you're actually an anti-intellectual because it means that you hate mathematics. Did you know that? It's true. If you criticize even a little bit Trump's tariffs and how they're calculated, it means that you're just an anti-intellectual. And you better be ashamed, okay? Just putting it out there. If you don't understand the logic behind the formula, it just means that you did not pay enough attention at school, okay? You did not pay attention when your mathematics teacher was speaking. Let me guess, Wall Street is woke and gay, but also deep state. Yes, all of these things are true. Now you get it. Sidechat doesn't like me speaking in upside down. True. Guess I'll have to have faith until I have studied enough to understand. True. You should study mathematics. You cannot get the genius of this unless you're a math student. So again, Wall Street shuttered, and I will repeat, they're a bunch of pussies. And a level of shock unseen since COVID's outbreak tore through financial markets worldwide. Thursday on worries about the damage President Donald Trump's newest set of tariffs could do to economies across continents, including his own. Whatever. Lucy, did you eat dinner? I drank some soup and I feel pretty dizzy. Red Rose, I swear today's politics are driving me towards faith and religion. Good. They should drive you towards faith and religion and mathematics first. Most of all, you should become a follower of mathematics, okay? Also, if you like my cool commentary and if you like my insightful, deep analysis, then you probably should donate, okay? You probably should consider donating to Lucy Haze because there are big expenses coming, okay? Lucy, why are you dizzy? I don't know. I sometimes just get a bit dizzy. I don't know. It just happens. Oh, yes, big plans, okay? Got big plans, and to enact those big plans, I need your help. I need your help specifically, okay? Yeah, please help. Consider supporting your favorite. Listen, I offer you refuge from President Sunday. That alone should be reason enough to donate to me. Lucy, do you need water? No, I'm not sure that's it. All right, let's see. So worst since COVID, Thursday unworried, blah blah blah, damage. Thank you for the support. Anna. I'm not sure I've ever seen Anna here. Alright. The S&P 500 sank 4.8%. 4.8%. Who cares about 4.9%? It's nothing. It would be like 50%. Like it's not quite reaching the levels of epicness of Tesla, is it? Right? Tesla sank 50 something percent. Now that's impressive. And it's like pathetic. 4.8%. Nobody cares about these sort of numbers. Rookie numbers. Lucy, you know just what the world needs at this time. Another pandemic. True. Is it just me or is the screen flickering? Is it? It shouldn't be. No, it's not. The screen is not flickering. Is it? That's not. Come on. Don't do this to me. The flickering stream screen is a sign of love. It means that you will find your true love soon. Oh my god, this is my favorite image of the day. Oh my god, I love this so much. You want a real explanation of how the tariffs work? You want a real explanation of how the tariff formula works? Here it is. I've deciphered it for you, or rather, somebody, hold on. Somebody else deciphered it for me. Oh my god. Okay, so this is how it works, okay? This is the formula. There you go. This is the true meaning of the Trump tariff mathematic formula. We've deciphered it. It's done. God. Oh my goodness. Wow. Done it. Finally, an explanation that we can all understand. You mean tariffs are not an infinite money glitch? Of course it's not a glitch. It's a legitimate way to get infinite money. All right, let's go back to how much of a bunch of pussies the Wall Street truly are. The S&P 500 sank 4.8%. We already established that it's rookie numbers. More than in major markets across Asia and Europe, for its worst days since the pandemic crashed the economy in 2020. Crashed the economy. Come on. The economy was not crashed in 2020. Everything was fine. We are all alive. Don't be pussies. Don't be babies. Whatever. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 1,679 points, or 4%. The Nasdaq Composite tumbled 6%. I'm excited to watch the stream today. Thank you. I always suspected that people love to see the world crumble into dust together with me. Let's see how many people are actually watching. 11. Nice. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. This is an exciting time. It is an honor for me to be able to give you a deep, insightful commentary on the state of the world and on the state of the tariffs. Tariffs! It is the most fascinating timeline. Follow Lucy for live updates on the Nasdaq. True. The economy is about to crash and it's all about to go to hell. So in this time of need, I beseech you to donate because I have big ambitious plans and I need help. Okay? I need your aid. All right? Can I count on you? Can I please count on you? All right. Market drop worst since 2020. Thursday's plunge of the Nasdaq and S&P 500 indexes are among the steepest of the last decade. Drops of 4% or more in last 10 years. Little was spared in financial markets as fear flared about the potentially toxic mix of weakening economic growth and higher inflation that tariffs can create. Everything from crude oil to big tech stocks to the value of the US dollar against other currencies fell. Even gold, which hit records recently as investors sought something safer to own, pulled lower. Some of the worst hits walloped smaller US companies, and Russell 2000 index of smaller Stocks dropped 6.6% to pull more than 20% below its record. Actually, Poland apparently has the number 13 biggest stockpile of gold, and the Polish gold has gained in worth a lot. I can't pay you, Lucy. It would be financially reckless. Don't pay me if it's financially reckless. But for the rest of you, you should definitely donate. Everyone should donate to Lucy because you get to see her smile as a side effect. Maybe. Lead by example, Red Rose. Well up is a great word. I donate, but I'm still not financially stable enough, and by the looks of it, it's not gonna happen. Good luck and take care. Don't donate if you can't afford it. True. Oh, pay off debts. Yeah, pay off your debts. I have debts, and I know the pain of having debts. Having debts is the worst. I would lead by example, but I am no longer financially stable either. Hey, there's a recession going on. There's gonna be oh, well, let me check something actually. I'm gonna be hit by this, aren't I? How much? Oh my god, what is the curse of the dollar right now? Oh no. Oh no. The power of the dollar has fell. So have my earnings. Okay? Now I earn less when you donate in dollars. I'm tired of news, boss. Well, unfortunately, we have to do that for a bit longer. I'm in deep shit financially too. Oh gosh. We need a rich person to enter chat and donate to Lucy. Like, she's the Make-A-Wish Foundation. True. We need to get us our own... What's it called? You know what's it called. What's the name of that person from Vosh's chat? Space Tanuki. He has multiple oilers. I need an oiler. Okay? I need an oiler. Here's a big spender who has been making the rounds on leftist on Twitch. Like smaller ones. You should send them here. Being an adult sucks. Being a kid was no better. Okay? I'm not gonna get into it. Being a kid was no better than being an adult. I did while coming here to help with the finance. But yeah, we're very tight compared to 2 years ago when my uncle... Oh. So what happens if everything crashes? We just start growing our own food and hunting? Yes. But we've ruined the environment, so there'll be nothing to hunt. Good luck. We are dependent on the meat industry for food. There won't be enough game for everybody to hunt, so good luck. Seniors relying on social security? Well, good luck, seniors. Good luck to you. Godspeed, seniors. We'll have to eat the bugs. True. I've eaten bugs. It's not such a horrible experience. Okay, everything from crude oil to big tech stocks, the value, blah, 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 6% below its record. Things are going bad. Investors worldwide knew Trump was going to announce a sweeping set of tariffs late Wednesday, and fears surrounding it had already pulled Wall Street's main measure of health, the S&P 500 index, 10% below its all-time high. But Trump still managed to surprise them with the worst-case scenario for tariffs, according to Mary Ann Bartels, Chief Investment Officer at Sanctuary Wealth. Pussy. See the genius. They don't see the genius of the tariffs. Climate apocalypse? There is no such thing as global warming. Trump does not believe it, so why should I? True. Trump did. Trump is such a genius. Jesus Christ. Trump announced a minimum tariff of 10% on imports, with the tax rate running much higher on products from certain countries like China and those from the European Union. You're safe if you're from Russia, though. It's plausible the tariffs altogether, which would rival levels unseen in roughly a century, could knock down US economic growth by 2 percentage points this year and raise inflation close to 5%, according to UBS. Who cares about inflation? Inflation is irrelevant. Such a hit would be so big that it makes one's rational mind regard the possibility of them sticking as low, according to Banu Baveja and other strategists at UBS. Amazing. Trump has previously said tariffs could cause a little disturbance in the economy and markets, and on Thursday he again downplayed the impact as he left the White House to fly to Florida. The markets are going to boom. the stock is going to boom and the country is going to boom, Trump said. Oh my, sonic boom. Oh God. I feel like I'm living in a comedy skit. Say this again. The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, and the country is going to boom. Oh. God. Yeah, so Vietnam is such a rich country. It makes perfect sense. Vietnam is in the top 10 richest countries in the world, as we all know. Thanks to the US. Lucy, you're taking too much joy out of the US destabilization. US destabilization? No. I'm taking joy of the world destabilization. Jesus. The US? No. If only it was just the US. No, it's the world. The world is getting equally destabilized. I want to be a drone builder operator in Ukraine. We could always go and volunteer. You could be a drone operator. Dog ASMR stream. Unfortunately, he is away in a different room and very quiet. So no dog ASMR stream. Instead, we're having a Tariff ASMR stream, which is equally cool and cute. So there we go. Your markets are going to boom. And why am I hearing eating sounds? Because I'm eating. My dog's food is so far away from here. You would not hear my dog eat. Lucy, I don't know why, but I wish you got a kitty cat. I used to have 10. I could get one, but I don't know if he would get along with the puppy well. See, now you agree you're cute. No, I don't. As long as Asmongold is happy, I'm also happy. Is Asmongold happy? No way. Should we check in on Asmongold? Wall Street had long assumed Trump would use tariffs merely as a tool for negotiations with other countries rather than as a long-term policy. But Wednesday's announcement may suggest Trump sees tariffs more as helping to solve an ideological goal than as an opening bet in a poker game. Trump on Wednesday talked about wrestling manufacturing jobs back to the United States. That's not gonna happen. That's not how the world works. That's not how manufacturing works around the world, okay? Like, we live in a globalized economy. We live in a society, okay? You're not gonna take things that are assembled from, like, with the cooperation of many different countries and just take it all and put it back into the US. So yes. Let's see if Asmongold is happy. In a moment. Uno momento. Okay? Uno momento. Also, I'm not cute. What was that? What was what? What? What happened? What? What was what? You are white? No, I'm not. No. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. We're living in a society, but also with tariffs. Don't exit, stop responding. No. It's okay. Oh, it was something. No, it was nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's continue. But Wednesday's announcement may suggest Trump sees tariffs as ideological goal. Trump on Wednesday talked about wrestling manufacturers. We already talked about why Lucy Purist Snow has a... What did you assume I was thinking about? Oh my God. I am purist. Yeah. Trump on Wednesday talked about wrestling blah blah, a process that could take years. If Trump follows through on his tariffs, stock prices may need to fall much more than 10% from their all-time high in order to reflect the recession that could follow along with the hit to profits that US companies could take. The S&P 500 is now down 11.8% from its record set in February. Who is this? A trader works on the floor at the New York Stock Exchange in New York. She is thinking about ducks. No, it wasn't. No. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Okay. What a brilliant stream tonight is. Oh my God. Doesn't this violate a ton of treaties? Who cares about treaties? Trump slaps tariffs on trading partners. President Donald Trump placed elevated tariffs rates on dozens of nations that run trade surpluses with the United States, while imposing 10% baseline tax on imports. Lesotho, 99%. St. Pierre and Miquelon. Cambodia, 97% apparently. Cambodia charges 97% tariffs to the US because, of course, I believe that. Yes, Dr. Johns? Come on, what? Focus. I am focusing. What? You're bullying me. You take everything you hear literally? Yes, I take everything literally always, all the time. That's what makes me such a genius. That's what makes me such a genius entrepreneur, cool person. There's an economy being destroyed right now and you're laughing? Yes. 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 Some people just like to see the world burn. What am I supposed to do? I didn't vote for the guy. Okay? I didn't vote for Trump. Have you forgotten you're part of that economy too? I know I'm screwed. Already, when you donate in dollars to me, I'm making less than before because the dollar has become weaker than it was. Not only can people donate to me less, even if you donate to me, I'm earning less. What are you gonna do when the US dollar becomes worthless? I'm gonna sell a kidney? I don't know. I'm gonna beg for money even harder than now. Bone marrow where it's at. Alright. Trump offered an upbeat reaction after he was asked about the market's drop as he left the White House to fly to his Florida golf club on Thursday. You know what I'm gonna do? That's your answer, okay? What are you gonna do when the US dollar becomes worthless? I'm gonna go play golf, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to a golf course, even if I have to break in, and I'm gonna play golf. I'm gonna play golf. I think it's going very well, he said. We have an operation like when a patient gets operated on, and it's a big thing. I said this would exactly be the way it is. Wow. It is so stupid. One wild card is that the Federal Reserve could cut interest rates in order to support the economy. That's what it had been doing late last year before pausing in 2025. Lower interest rates help by making it easier for US companies and households to borrow and spend. Yields on Treasury stumbled, in part on raising expectations for coming cuts to rates, along with general fear about the health of the US economy. The yield on the 10-year Treasury fell to 4.04% from 4.20% late Wednesday, and from roughly 4.80% in January. That's a huge move for the bond market. The Fed may have less freedom to move than it would like, though. While lower rates can boost the economy, they can also push upwards on inflation, and worries are already worsening about that because of tariffs, with US households in particular bracing for sharp increases to their bills. Whoops. I need to sell along. The US economy at the moment is still growing, of course. A report on Thursday said fewer US workers applied for unemployment benefits last week. Benefits? Social Security is gonna get cut. There's not gonna be any benefits. Economists had been expecting to see an uptick in joblessness, and a relatively solid job market has been the linchpin keeping the economy out of recession. A separate report said activity for US transportation, finance, and the other businesses in the service industry grew last month, but the growth was weaker than expected, and business gave a mixed picture of how they see conditions. Worries about a potentially stagnating economy and high inflation knocked down all kinds of stocks, leading to drops for 4 out of every 5 that makes up the S&P 500. Ooh, 99K. Cool. Best Buy fell 70.8% because the electronics that it sells are made all over the world. Oh, well, what do you know? Things are made all over the world now, not just in one place. In fact, the way it works is that, for example, I'm simplifying, but you take a part for a thing from Mexico, that part travels to Canada, gets assembled with another part, and then it gets sent to the US where it gets assembled further. And there are specialized factories for those things, which were set up, whole infrastructure that was set up in Mexico and Canada. And each time those things will pass the border, they will be tariffed, which is amazing, okay? That is an amazing... I'm sure the consumer will not feel that at all. Wow. I'm sure everything will be fine and it will not affect consumer prices at all. The used car market about to explode. True. So electronics that sells are made all over the world. United Airlines lost 15.6% because customers worried about the global economy may not fly as much. Wow, we really are we're really back at COVID all over again, aren't we? People are flying less. Oh my God. May not fly as much for business or feel comfortable enough to take vacations. Target tumbled 10.9% amid worries that its customers already squeezed by still high inflation may be under even more stress. It's almost like we had the same present during then. Almost. Let's see. Everything auto part related is exempt between US, Canada, and Mexico. Can you link some evidence? Get off Terrera and get back in chat. Terrera? What the hell is Terrera? All told, the S&P 500 fell 274.45 points to 396.52. The Dow Jones Industrial Average sank. Oh my gosh. In stock markets abroad, indexes fell sharply worldwide. France's CAC 40 dropped 3.3%, and Germany DAX lost 3% in Europe. Japan's Nikkei 225 sank 2.8%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng lost 1.5%, and South Korea's Kospi dropped 0.8%. In other words, everything's cool. The tariffs are working. It's like a patient on an operating table, and the patient's gonna get healthy sooner or later, okay? Or will decrease prices by increasing prices. True. Very nice. So what do you think? What do you think of the happenings in the economy? Aren't tariffs great? Don't you love tariffs? Tariff is my favorite word in the world.